Let's do them.
Arlabunatki Latvias, muy buenas a todos, sean bienvenidos a esta nueva entrevista aquí en Shufflin Media. Mi nombre es Jeremy Betancor y estoy muy bien acompañado de arriba abajo. Tengo al señor Unai González, muy buenas, David Urdiño, muy buenas, Lili Larini, muy buenas, los tres.
Hola.
And we are kinda starting kinda rush off because the next Saturday will be we will have the Supernova's final in Latvia, and one group is trying to coming back until after it a lot of pussies and beggies. Citi Zēni, welcome back. How you doing?
Oh. First of all, did you know that you said?
Hola.
It's more like sleep well.
we need that too. First of all, welcome back to the Eurovision path, and congratulations for being one of the 10 finalists of the Supernova for this Saturday. First question is obvious. Why you wanted coming back to Eurovision after 3 years?
Because it's great. It's addictive. Because it's really I think that the short answer really is that it's just a wonderful experience to be going through, and we were really blessed with the opportunity to do it in 2022. Why we're doing it again? Because we always want to replicate the best moments that we've had in our lives, right? Quite sentimentally, and on a professional level, I think we've grown. I think we have adapted. We have changed. So it feels like a normal place to start off again in the same place that we started off 3 years ago. So, hello, we're back.
Lily.
So what did you learn from Eurovision in the past, and how are you applying those lessons now?
Well, a lot of things. Then we learn a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
Firstly, the community is absolutely bonkers. If the first time around we came into this very naively, then this time around we know that the Eurovision community is a whole thing. And I don't know about all the other guys, but I absolutely love it. I love the good parts and the savage parts about it. I think it's really honest in its deeper sense that it picks apart anything that comes its way. That's the first thing that we learned. The second thing is that Eurovision is about it's about embracing the differences that we might have, and hence also the reasoning why we're this year applying with a song in Latvian. That's what we've been doing for the last 2 years, releasing music in Latvian. Our only song in English that has been released is Eat Your Salad. And the fact is that it just feels like the right thing to be doing. It feels like a secret worth sharing. In the Latvian language, only 1.8 million people speak. So one of the messages that we want to stand up for is about really bringing it to light that, hey, there is such a country. We're not a made-up thing. We're not one of the states in the U.S. We're there. We're there. 1.8 million of us is there. And this is what we are like right now. And the last thing is that Eurovision is about really putting out some message. And I think that those are the performances that have been the most impactful, the ones that represent something, right? And it doesn't have to be a political thing or whatever. I think it just has to be something that you really believe in. And if there's one thing that we all believe in, it's that we come from a beautiful place, and I don't think that a lot of people get to appreciate that, right? And before we can tackle the big global challenges, maybe let's show that, hey, here we are. Hello. A very, very eastern country.
David.
Okay, so how did you new design that you made to the Supernova? In this case, Supernova semifinals. How did you know that Latvian television liked your song and said, "Hey, you are going to our national final"?
It was a little bit of a throwback, wasn't it? No, it was a throwback in the sense that we felt that we should be kind of used to the stress of standing there and waiting.
Yeah.
But you just don't get used to it. It feels like shit every time. So it felt really anxious last Saturday as well. And I think that that's a good indication of how important it is what we're doing there for us. And let's see how other people react to it in the end of the day, because now our job is just to put up the best show. It's not to look at what others are doing. It's not to think about what the commentary is around it. It's about putting on stage something that we believe in and something that we strongly think that is worth time, worth these 3 minutes. That how many 184 million people are watching Eurovision. So if we do some quick maths on the phone, if I spend 3 minutes of
Learn maths with Citi Zēni.
no, that's 2 million people.
2 plus 2, that's 4.
That's too much. That's 2 million people. So that's okay. Let's make it into hours. Yeah, let's divide it by 60. That's 10 million hours of collective time that we will waste if we put something stupid on. And that's not counting social media, right? That's just the live show. So genuinely, we're looking for the right song to participate with. We really believe in what we've done this time around, and we hope that others will believe us as well. That's about it.
Right.
Well, it's kind of obvious the question that I'm going to ask, but since your last participation back in 2022 until now, have you eaten more burgers or pussies?
Quick maths.
It's been a lot of both. It's a healthy diet. Exactly. That is true. And sometimes after doing the sex thing, you get hungry. At least I do. So
Yeah. It was just a joke in order with your show.
You guys combine those.
Let's go to the present. Your song now is Ramtai. First of all, what's Ramtai stands for? Because I didn't find any translation in English, even in Spanish, of course not. And second of all, what is the story behind this song? And most obviously, that kind of washing car machine tunnel of staging. What is the story behind the song and your staging you showed us in the semifinals?
Perfect. So firstly, let's start with what Ramtai is. It's a chorus from a traditional song that we would have with Latvia, but it's specifically one little tiny bit of it. And when Toms started writing the song, I think the question in the room was, what the fuck does it mean? Like, it has no meaning assigned to it. Everything has a meaning, right? Every word has a meaning. An apple is a fruit that grows on a tree. I don't know. A poop is something that comes out of your butt, usually. What is Ramtai? How is it so that we have something that everybody knows what it stands for, but nobody has taken the time to define? Nobody. Like, there is no definition to it. And we thought that it was really fun. That it's a fun, intelligent thing to kind of be picking apart. And then we started writing the song more and more, and we started consulting with people that are a lot smarter than us, with folklore experts. Doesn't have any meaning associated to it, because the full phrase goes ramtai ramtai radididri ramtai la la, and it's like a chorus between verses. And what they answered is, it has no meaning. Like that's what it is. It's just you could call it a mantra, something that glues together different parts of songs, which would technically be best translated as like traditional rap battles, because that's a Latvian thing, but that's a whole different thing. And this is the thing that you would put in the middle while you're thinking up the next thing that you're going to say in that freestyle thing. So, and that's what the song is about. It's not about having something that is undefined and silly. It's about putting something that has a lot of meaning behind it, but then asking the question, why has nobody bothered to define it? right? That all of us know what it is. It's our little secret. That's why it's in Latvian, because that's our little secret language with our little secret mantra and phrase in it. It's something that we know that is good because we've had it for hundreds of years. And it's really fun to be looking at things a little bit differently. And I think in general, Ramtai, also musically, if you listen to it, I don't think anybody will hear something traditional per se there, maybe except for this chorus repetible thing. But that's exactly the feeling that we wanted to capture, because I think for Latvians, it's a normal thing to be doing, that we celebrate, I don't know, a summer solstice, for example, and then we hop back into our car and put on the latest Disclosure album or whatever, something, some electro house, something. So what does it mean being Latvian and being kind of faithful to your traditions and to your roots, but living in 2025? It's a very weird place of existing. So is it a simple topic that we're picking up there? No, not specifically. But then again, we thought that it's something difficult that would be best explained by the way that it makes you feel.
Actually, I'm pretty curious. What do you guys think it's about?
Yeah.
Like, what is this song about, right? Because
We trying to. I tried to find out. I tried to find out. So that's why I asked it.
Let me rephrase that. And how does it make you feel?
For me personally, really upbeat in a folky electro way, I guess. It's kind of mixed, but it's really well mixed. Now for the staging, how was developed?
all right,
Okay, with the staging, I think a lot of things have meaning there, and a lot of things also might have meaning specifically to Latvians watching at home. And it is a deliberate provocation from our side that you can interpret it any way that you want. Because for us, there is one of the solstices. So we have 4 solstices throughout the year. One of them is called Meteni, specifically, which is it's going to be really hard to translate, but
The closest thing to it would be Halloween.
yeah, sort of.
Okay.
But
Different.
basically, the meaning of the celebration is when people dress up in very scary-ish costumes. They become bigger, they become scarier, and what they do is that they visit each other's homes and scare the bad things away, like the bad spirits, the bad luck, the bad things that had happened to you throughout the year. And the way that they dress is the thing that really we drew inspiration from, which is, let me try to zoom this in and maybe show you. So this is how they dress for the celebration.
Oh.
Which is something quite weird. So then we asked ourselves the question, because we as a band, we don't like doing things the ordinary way. I think it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, trying to do things differently. So we asked ourselves the question, in connection to the song, how would we dress up for the celebration if we took it like dead serious right now? What would we wear? What would we put on stage? How would we act? And then that's when the car wash Yeti / bagman costume came alive. Right? That's probably how we would interpret it if we did it today. And the second level on it, I think that this one is also, we haven't spoken about it out too much, but I really hope that people will notice the fact that what the costume is made out of. In 2022, we spoke about the thing that matters to us, which is environmental aspect of the world that we live in today. In Latvia, so many things have changed within these 3 years. Now we have a recycling program for the bottles that everybody does. We have multiple different garbage cans that we have to sort our trash into. But then again, the problem still persists. Each of the costumes is made out of 3.5 plastic bottles. That's what it's made out of, right? And I think that it also embraces the traditional way as well, because what they made the costumes out of hundreds of years ago was all the shit that they could find around a house. For example, plastic bottles or some crap that was laying out there not used, because obviously you wouldn't want to waste anything. So for us, that's the deeper meaning behind why specifically that shape, form, material choice, etc., etc. So, but I like the a way of looking at it that it's also a car wash, right? Because
Yeah,
as long
that's
as it
nice.
makes you feel good, it's still in connection to the song. And the moment that Eurovision becomes about classical performances with just a person in a beautiful suit standing on stage and singing a ballad, that's the moment that we sign off. We're not doing this anymore. We want the unconventional, we want the weird, we want the funky, we want the out of the box, and this is exactly our way of doing it.
Mhm.
Lily.
So you said you like to provoke. How have your fans and the general public reacted to Ramtai so far?
I think the good thing is that nobody has left it without an opinion, and
Yeah.
I think that that's an art to master in and out of itself. Uh, like genuinely, the worst performance or the release of a song that you can have is the one that just gets lost in obscurity, and it there has to be a little bit of a risk. We are artists in the sense that we are okay with risking it. I mean, fuck it. At least we stand up for something. We show something new, original. And sometimes when you try something new, uh, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. But in our case, we really didn't do ourselves a favor with the messages that we wanted to get into the performance. And I think right now it's about fine tuning the balance, really. It's not that there is something wrong with the performance. And I'm pretty sure that by this Saturday, we will have it fine tuned. I mean, we have to be real here. It's the first time that we've changed our genre, our visual looks, and everything about us. We released 2 albums doing the thing that we did on Eat Your Salad. We've really done that part of it. Now it's a new chapter for us. Uh, why not risk it? Why not go with whatever this is, right? And maybe out of this we will learn. Because right now, when we developed the performance, we had 3 things in mind. One was the tradition. We really wanted to have the tradition in the performance, in the staging, in the visuals, and everything. The second one was about a ravey feel, because that's how we wrote the song. That's the music that we listen to at the moment. That's the music that we're fans of at the moment, right? A song is a snapshot of us at a moment. And the last thing was just about not losing the things that we are in the middle of it, right? Because when you switch things up, obviously you're going to have a backlash about why didn't you say the good old days?
Mhm.
Well, we are all for switching things up because we feel that it's the thing that we need to do so that we would be true to what we are doing because we are creating the things that we perform on stage. We don't take songs that somebody else wrote for us. We write our own things, including Rumtai, right? We got some help on this with Emmy and with Oscar and with some other people, but in the end of the day, it's our song. We feel responsible for it. We feel responsible for what we're bringing on stage. And I think these reimaginations of what a band can be, what an artist can be, are really, really interesting in a sense because we can't really predict, right? When you're trying out, when you're a new act and you try something new and it doesn't work out, nobody notices, right? That's okay. But now all eyes are on us while we're going through our band puberty. That's pretty much it. There's going to be some pimples. There's going to be some zits. There's going to be some bad breakups in between. But
Well,
maybe we're going to figure it out. We just need to go through this thing.
but actually, answering your question shortly, people reviews are really great, right? About
That's
this
true.
about this revolution of Citi Zēni style or whatever it is. Like people love it, and we're super thankful to all of those beautiful people who say those really great things.
Yes. And I think
Mhm.
for those who are on the front, on the other side of it, and who are actively hating it, uh, fuck it. That's what we're here to do. We're here to make you think about something. We're not here to just entertain you. The moment that we're just going to be entertainers is the moment that cis loses sympathy for the things we're doing. We want to be a little bit provoking in the way, the shape, the form, the sound, and everything that we do. All the artists that we love are like that, and hence we want to be the same.
Mhm.
That's awesome. David.
You told us that the meaning of Ramtai is your little secret. Do you think your little secret has the can give Latvia her second winning on Eurovision?
Yeah, I really do believe that. I mean, if 2 million people believe it and have it as a mantra, then why not 200 million? I mean, let's scale up. Fuck it.
Oh, 2 does 4, minus 1 does 3, quick.
Yes. Right.
3-2. Okay, right now we live in a society where you can find anything you want on the internet. So we love to ask something about yourself that even if we try to, we couldn't find on the internet.
Okay.
There's a reason why you wouldn't find.
That's why I'm asking that, because we want to know a little bit more of yourselves.
Well,
I mean, there aren't that many things that we keep quiet, apart from one thing, and that's a really red line for us, is that our personal lives are off the table always. And the reason for that is, I think, pretty simple, that the people that we care about are the people that we go back in the end of the day to, and we really want to have that security at home, being with the people that we love. So we would never talk about our personal relationships, but something that nobody can find on Google, but you would like to know. I think there are quite a few things like that. Let's think about it. Firstly, there is one thing. Magnus, you're gonna hate me for this one. I'm sorry.
which one?
This side.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
So we wanted for Douglas to look in the best shape of his life, and
Huh.
you are in great shape, right? But then we put him in pants that are like really, really tight. And we had to have the tightness following up his body, so he had underwear that ended here, and we
Right.
glued his boobs up.
No way.
That's really funny, to be honest.
That's really good. How can I ask you right now with that? My last question by myself. What are your sensations for your final performance? It's really complicated Supernova this year with Marcos Riva, with Emilia, with the Ludwig, such a great names there in the Latvia with such a nice songs. What are your perspectives and what are your thoughts about what the things that could happen this Saturday?
We don't know. That's the simple answer. I think nobody knows, and if somebody tells you that this act is going to be winning, I'm pretty sure that they just don't know. And that's the thing about Supernova and about Latvia in general. I do believe that there will be changes in multiple performances until the final. Secondly, a lot of people do not tune in into the semis and tune in only for the finals. And lastly, and most importantly, I'm pretty sure that we have 10 great songs to pick out of. And I really do stand by this. And nobody can do a better way of picking the song to represent Latvia than Latvians themselves. So what we encourage is that everybody who gives a shit about what Latvia sends this year to Eurovision, tune in. Do not take the €1 voting thing as a demeanor, right? €1 for 10 votes. I think it's like 15 cents for one vote or 10 cents for one vote. It's not a high barrier of entry, but let your opinion be known. And that's exactly what we would like to encourage, because in the end of the day, for us as well as artists, the most important thing is that somebody worthy of representing Latvia goes to Eurovision to represent Latvia, because we are a band, but we're also Latvians, right? So we really care that the best act goes through. And I'm pretty sure that nobody can predict right now if there is like a clear favorite. This one is going to definitely win it. And I love it because it hasn't been like that for quite a while. And I'm pretty sure that every single one of the 10 songs that are in the finals have a chance. The question is about for whom is going to materialize on Saturday. And I think for the viewers as well, it's a perfect feeling, isn't it? There's a lot of suspense. So I'm all for it, and I think it motivates us as well as all the artists to put our best foot forward, really. And I really wish the best of luck to all the other 9 acts, and I wish a little bit more luck to ourselves.
Yeah.
So my last question is, if you win, that we hope you do, what is the first thing you're going to do?
Sleep probably.
Yeah. No. I think there is a bet going on right now, isn't there?
Yeah, actually, that's true.
As of today.
There are 2 then.
Okay.
There are 2.
Okay.
The is 2 weeks ago, we were in Daugavpils, which is one of the major cities in Latvia, and we saw this massive Chivas bottle, like a 5-liter one.
Mhm.
And we would never afford ourselves something like that. But then, so that I would motivate all the guys, I said, I will buy it if we win it.
How much is that Sivas bottle for?
I think it's like 200 something euros. It's a
Damn
lot.
it!
Too much.
Oh my god.
One more.
One more. So from 2022, you asked about something that is not available on Google, but that is a thing. In 2022, when we were in Italy, there's a photo shoot, which nobody has seen the outcome of. It's a naked photo shoot. It's a very similar picture to, if you remember, it was Blanco and what was it? Blanco and Mahmoud.
Yeah.
In our year from Italy. They had a picture on the cover of Vanity Fair where they were standing naked, kind of covering each other up. And they're really, so what we did is that we made the absolute opposite of it. Still naked though, but like really not appetizing.
Thank you so much for giving the headline for this interview right now, because this is amazing. I'm
Amazing.
watching right now.
We own the picture, and there's one other person in the world who has that picture, and it's the magazine called La Stampa in Italy, because we sent it to them and we said, if you're going to put this on the cover, we're okay with it.
I think that
If we
when
want to
this interview is going to be out, everybody's going to be asking for that pictures.
Thank you, La Stampa, for that service.
Thank you so much.
David,
My last question is very simple. Besides Ramtai and Eat Your Salad, which is your favorite Latvian Eurovision entry and why?
of all time,
Yeah.
Well,
I think it differs for everybody.
well, for me, it would be Aminata with Love Injected.
Love Injected was really good.
Yeah.
Not over for me.
Yeah, Walters and Kaja, Love is not over.
War is not over.
Love is never over.
Another word.
Love is never over. I don't know if I had to pick one out.
Brainstorm was great, right?
Yeah,
like
Brainstorm
they
were
started
great.
their career there, actually.
Yeah, Brainstorm were great as well.
But Aminata for me, clear winner, I think.
Just was really good on his year as well.
Yeah.
But a special place in my heart is for Pirates of the Sea.
We are high,
Hi, ho, with a hi,
hi, hi,
hi. Pirates is all we can be.
love it, love it.
That's
Uray, you close.
Yeah, just for the final question for myself, I want to ask you that if you don't win, what kind of advice would you give the person who will represent your country as a group that has been already in Eurovision?
We've been doing this for the last 2 years. We did this with Southern Lights, we did this with Duns as well, and we already can promise that we will do the same thing for whomever wins Supernova this Saturday. We have a presentation with all the learnings that we did. I have an IT job, that's my day job, so I did a PowerPoint, and on that PowerPoint is everything that we thought was valuable or non-valuable, and we always encourage the other acts, meaning Sunlights and Dons as well, to do this, to just meet up with whomever is going, tell about their experience, and let it be a good building block as to the things that are worth our time, are not worth their time, because in Eurovision, the most valuable resource that you really have is time. The time that you're there might feel like a long time, right? 2.5 weeks, but in reality, it's up like that, and that's the only advice that we can give about the things that we need to pay attention. But if we have to pick one thing out, it's about the mental strain, right? Eurovision is a massive mental strain, and I think when we wrote songs within the summer, some of them actually touched upon the topic, and it's not an easy thing to be putting on a human being that in Latvia's case, it's 1.8 million people watching you, watching your every step and kind of rooting for you, and you cannot really mess it up for them. And it's a lot of it's a lot to handle mentally. And I think all ex Eurovision artists will say the same thing, that it's a very weird place where we end up immediately after. So the first things first is everybody who goes to Eurovision, and whatever, who wins Supernova, who wins any other selection, make sure that you have somebody that you can talk to at any given moment, that you can kind of confess in things at any given moment, whomever you find comfortable, because trust me, there will be times when it's going to get really, really, really tough, and those are the moments that your family, your friends, your closest ones should be there for you.
Maybe that PowerPoint will be needed here in Spain for some people, I guess. Citi Zēni, thank you so much. First of all, for that huge amount of time to pick us in the middle of this, I guess, hectic week for you. Good luck for your the Supernova's final, and hope to see you again in the Eurovision stage. I close this interview en Spanish. Muchísimas gracias a Citi Zēni, que nos han dedicado un montón de su tiempo en medio de esta semana tan frenética para los letones, en la Supernova. Estarán actuando el próximo sábado. Gracias, Unai. Gracias, David. Gracias, Lili. Peace out. Soy Amado Tancor. Nos vemos en la siguiente. Chao.
Chao, chao.
Chao.